cost of dining in Scottsbluff could be increasing as the City Council looks at ways to generate more revenue. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, the Scottsbluff City Council had their first meeting of 2019, and among the items on the agenda was discussion on a pair of occupation tax proposals aimed at improving city finances. The first would be a tax on restaurant sales, which according to one projection could generate more than $300,000 for city coffers if set at 1%. That projection does not include food sales at bars, lounges, and conference facilities. A second proposal discussed would be an occupation tax on cell phones, but details on that idea have yet to be flushed out. While the council took no action on either proposed tax on Monday evening, City Manager Nathan Johnson says they just want more specifics on how the money would be used and how much either tax could generate.
Well, they're not totally opposed to the ideas as long as it's tied to specific projects. What they're looking for is to try to tackle some of these projects that have come before us. As an example, tonight you saw the 23 Club, to try to get some money into some of these worthwhile projects to get them going in the right direction.
Last night, the council also signed a letter of intent to apply for grant funding for the 23 Club's revitalization project. Well, strong winds with heavy gusts caused other problems here in the Panhandle yesterday, as Morrill experienced power outages as lines and some power poles were laid down along County Road 8. Crews had to reset some poles as part of the repair process, with power finally starting to return around 9 in the evening. Earlier in the day, Scottsbluff Rural Fire was called to an out-of-control grass fire on County Road E, just east of County Road 25. Scottsbluff Rural Fire Captain Paul Reisig said they responded with 5 trucks and 10 firefighters and found about 2 acres of debris, wood, and grass on fire from a controlled burn that got out of hand. Embers from the fire drifted eastward along the county road for about a quarter of a mile, starting small spot fires in corn, stubble, and weeds. However, crews were able to water down the hot spots, and a local farmer brought in equipment to disc the fields along the edge of the county road. Crews were on scene for about 2 hours, and Militaire responded to provide mutual aid with the fire. Well, straight ahead, a lot less windy today, and another unseasonably warm January day. Bill Boyer has your comprehensive weather forecast right after this on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, we understand that you have a busy life, and that means you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking with features such as iPay, recurring transfers, and mobile deposit. So you can bank how you want, when you want to. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances.
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor will do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Pool together all your money with a friend and invest in 2 Arby's French dip and Swiss sandwiches for just $6. It's the perfect get-rich-quick on sandwiches scenario. Arby's, we have the meats.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the Arby's Weather Center. Arby's, we have the meats.
Well, we'll take a look at skies that are going to be clear this evening. We'll get mostly cloudy, I think, towards sunrise tomorrow, as we're going to see a few more clouds in here tomorrow than what we had today. But the good news is the winds have come down. It's going to be a pleasant night, turning warmer. Could see a brief system Friday. May bring a few showers. Don't bet the farm on that, as mainly dry weather continues. 53 yesterday after a low of 25. We dropped down to 25 this morning. Nothing in the rain gauge. It's still just that 100th for the month and the year. And those warmer than normal and drier than normal temps are going to continue here across the region over the next 6 to 10 days. Warmer than normal and drier than normal is what we expect from the long-range outlook right now from the Climate Prediction Center. Winds were howling yesterday, 63-mile-an-hour gust in Laramie, 48-mile-an-hour gust in Rock Springs. Let's take a look here at our area, and you can see wind gusts were in the 50-plus mile-an-hour range all across the region yesterday. Actually had a wind gust to 61 miles an hour at the Scottsbluff National Monument, 52 out at the airport. Going to be cloudy tomorrow when you hop on the bus. Temps in the teens, and then when you head home, it's still going to be cloudy, and it looks like we're going to be about 50 for temperatures tomorrow afternoon. Upper 30s right now, low to mid 30s across our area, a few 20s in the high country, 16 up in Riverton. Let's take a look at temperatures here in our region, mostly in the low 30s, a couple of upper 20s, Harrison at 28, Lusk at 29, 33 down in Kimball, Cheyenne at 36. Winds are out of the south there, primarily east to northeast winds for us, and certainly much lighter than what they were yesterday. So even though it's 10 to 15 degrees cooler than what it was yesterday, our wind chills aren't much different. But boy, it does feel warmer when that wind isn't blowing out there across the area. Winds will stay light tonight. No concerns going on with the winds. You can see all the clouds stay off to the north of us. Late tonight, as we get towards early tomorrow morning, we're going to see some clouds start to sneak in here. And temperatures tonight going to fall into the low to mid 20s across our region. We'll be in the mid 20s primarily. A couple areas a little warmer than that, near 30 in Harrisburg. So tomorrow we put the forecast in motion and we start to see those clouds bring in here in the morning. They'll dissipate, be off and on throughout the day tomorrow. Winds are going to get a little strong again tomorrow off to our east in the Sandhills. We're not going to be having much of that here in our region. Still though, 10 to 15 mile an hour winds. We're not going to see calm winds, but 10 to 15 mile an hour winds tomorrow across the region, and highs back into the 40s to near 50 degrees all across our area, and right here in the local area. Again, about 50 for a high temperature tomorrow. Either side of that should take care of it. Forecast tonight, 17, clear to partly cloudy, light variable winds. For tomorrow, 51, more clouds than sun out there. We may actually turn it even more cloudy than what we're currently forecasting for tomorrow. We'll call it mostly cloudy tomorrow, 51 for a high. Some morning rain and snow showers are possible Friday, and we could be only in the mid-40s, upper 40s Friday into Saturday, but still that's above normal as we stay in the 40s to near 50 degrees all the way through the early part of next week. No major storm systems in sight, but again, don't be surprised Friday morning if we see a little bit of rain or snow shower activity.
You never know when you'll need an extra French dip in Swiss. It could get lost in the car or eaten by a confused stranger. Stuff happens to sandwiches. That's why Arby's made you 2 French dip and Swiss sandwiches for just $6. For only $6, you'll always have a spare French dip and Swiss until you eat it. You'll never have to be afraid. Arby's, we have the meats.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes high-performance lubricants and fuel improvers. We've been helping customers improve their operations for over 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and cut out the middleman and offer excellent service and value. Our products last longer and work better so that you spend less time maintaining equipment and more time making money. Whether you're in a factory, farm, fleet, or food processing facility, Hydrotex can help you. Visit hydrotexoil.com or call 308-635-8162. Buyers Realty has been helping people in the community find their dream home since 1994. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, our friendly staff will put in the work to help you reach the finish line. We also do property management for buildings in Scottsbluff, Gering, and beyond. You can find an extensive list of our properties by visiting our website at callbuyersrealty.com. Or you can visit our Scottsbluff offices on Avenue B, right next to Bumper to Bumper. Panhandle's best, Buyers Realty. Community strong, community proud, we have what you're looking for.
The leaves are turning and the temperatures are cooling, so it's time to come harvest the deals at the Viera Wireless Fall Savings Sale. Right now, get your family high-speed, truly unlimited mobile data for just $35 per line with 4 lines. prices have never been lower for unlimited data. Plus, trade in your current phone and get up to $500 off the latest iPhone and Samsung models. Those are incredible savings on the most popular and advanced smartphones. Don't miss out on our fall savings sale. Hurry into Viero today.
Welcome back. Nebraska lawmakers are set to kick off a new session tomorrow with proposals to balance a tight state budget, lower property taxes, and talk about legalizing marijuana in the face of a potential ballot measure. The new 90-day session will also usher in 13 new state senators who will reshape the officially nonpartisan legislature in ways not yet known. Lawmakers will choose new committee leaders in a secret ballot election that proved to be contentious 2 years ago when conservative Republicans swept virtually all of the chairmanships. They may also face more pressure to legalize medical marijuana thanks to a group of senators and activists who are promising to put the issue on the 2020 ballot if nothing passes this year in the legislature. And Governor Pete Ricketts says with the upcoming session, his first proposal to lawmakers would take a big step forward towards Nebraska's goal of being the best state to be a veteran or active military member. Last week, a new plan to deliver expanded tax relief for veterans who receive military retirement benefits was unveiled. Gordon Senator Tom Brewer will introduce the proposal and would exempt 50% of military retirement pay from Nebraska's state income tax. The exemption would cover the over 13,000 Nebraskans receiving military retirement benefits from the Department of Defense and deliver $15 million annually in tax relief for our state's retired military veterans. And an 18-year-old Scottsbluff man is being held on a $20,000 bond after police say they found more than 2 pounds of marijuana in his car following a Friday evening traffic stop. Oscar Garcia is charged with distribution of a controlled substance and an additional charge of tampering with physical evidence after it was discovered he ate a bag of psychedelic mushrooms while he was being detained. He was arraigned on the charges on Monday afternoon and will be back in court on Thursday for his preliminary hearing. Well, straight ahead, Shabella Guzman will be in with a check-in on Ag News. She'll be back with that right after this on KNEB.TV News.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the Western Hearing Clinic Ag Desk. Western Hearing Clinic, the Panhandle's choice for better hearing, helping you hear what matters most.
A year of grooming, training, and feeding will come to fruition this weekend when FFA member Marlee New of Scottsbluff and her steer Stelzer will compete in the National Western Stock Show Catch a Calf competition in Denver. New explained how she got involved with the competition.
So last January I went to the stock show in Denver and I caught my steer and he was only about 200 or 300 pounds then. And then in May we went to Denver and picked him back up and we get judged on a record book, showmanship and market, and we also have to do an interview.
New has been getting Stelzer ready through the summer for the show by showing him at the Scottsbluff County Fair, brushing him, washing him, and clipping him daily to get him ready for the competition.
Yeah, we've been working on his hair a lot because he didn't really have any when we got him. So just washing him and blowing him regularly has grown his hair and made it all go one way. And we've also been watching his feed because he's been growing a lot, so we're backing him off a little bit until the show.
New said she didn't have hardly any problems with Stelzer. He's pretty laid back. For the competition, New had 2 sponsors, Tima McIntosh and John and Sally Corkle, both of the Colorado area. She is also not the only Scottsbluff County FFA member to be participating in the Catch a Calf competition. Shelby Brim, Isaiah Waite, and Jessica Wilkinson will also compete this weekend. I'm Chabela Guzman in Scottsbluff for KNEB.TV News.
Think a utility vehicle should do more than take you places? So does Kubota. That's why our all-new Sidekick is built to do it all. Climb more, tow more, go more. Cross over to more today. Take your Kubota Sidekick home with no money down and 0% financing for 36 months.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
It's a friendly town, that's for sure. Not too big, not too small. Seems like everybody knows your name.
We stick together through thick and thin. That's the way it's always been. 'Cause where we live is still our claim to fame. We love this town, this grand old town. There's not another town like this around. We've got it all right here in our own backyard. We love this town. We love this town. We love this town.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
It is never too early to start planning for retirement, and working with an experienced financial advisor can put you on the right path.
At Platte Valley Investment Center, our team of financial advisors will work with you every step of the way to maximize your retirement income.
Call me, Jody Rosiska, or Rick Morehouse, financial advisors, to set up your free, no-obligation consultation.
Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Life well planned.
And finally tonight, increasingly new communications technology And an old structure has prompted Scottsbluff County Commissioners to agree with looking at options to replace the communications tower sitting on top of the county courthouse. Communications Director Ray Richards told KNEB News that the current tower is maxed out with 30 antennae used for law enforcement and other communications throughout the county, with no room for additional expansion.
They've served us well for almost 40 years, and it's tired. There's some degradation going on, fatigue on some of them, lightning strikes, bird strikes, hail storms and things, and it's time to relocate that tower.
Richards told the commissioners that a new tower would be located just west of the old jail and would cost less than $500,000 and could be paid for through his current budget. Last night, commissioners also selected a new chairman in the form of Ken Meyer, and Glenn Schlevy was picked to be vice chair. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you here next time.